This is Ironman training with POTS and type 1 diabetes, week 11. Let's go. This week we did 3 runs for 33 miles, 3 rides for about 100 miles, and 3 swims for 7,100 yards. I had to put an asterisk next to the bike miles because I did several rides on the indoor trainer and I just don't trust the speed sensor. I don't trust the mileage on it. So Tuesday, I had to modify a lot this week. Tuesday, I did 1 hour on the indoor trainer in my hotel room. I was out of town for a speech and I actually used that time to practice and rehearse. So I modified just to be able to get a workout done. I got the AC on like full blast right now. Just dripping. We're calling the doctor this week. Thursday, I actually just wanted to train some power. So instead of getting on the bike for several hours, I actually focused on intervals and just putting some power behind it. And then today, I actually got up and I rode for 1 hour, just under 19 miles, where I went out on the open road along Gulf Boulevard. And that was actually really nice, but if I stayed out much longer, so was everyone else. So it wasn't gonna stay very nice to ride along that road for much longer. However, then I went and got on the indoor bike for the rest of it. I was supposed to do 2 hours. I did like 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've just been gassed this week. It has been really tough to find the energy. A lot of that can be stress, bad sleep. Again, I was out of town for something that was really important to me earlier this week. And of course, I think because of the training volume, it is starting to wear on me. We are in week 11. We've been ramping up a lot, but we really got to step it up now. All the runs went great this week. I did an 8-mile run, 8.5-mile run, almost a 10-mile run, and then a long run of 15 miles yesterday. And everything seemed to go pretty well there, except for the ankle problem that I've been having. The long run started out great. The goal was 15 miles, all zone 2. I really wanted to do it in under 3 hours, but it was going to be whatever the heart rate dictates. And for the first 7.5 miles, it was all easy. Easy miles, zone 2, enjoying myself. And at the turnaround point, it wasn't bad. But by about mile 9, pushing mile 10, is when I started to feel the cardiac creep. Started to feel hot. I was going through my water faster and things got a little bit more challenging, but I still kept it in zone 2. It was right up until about mile 12 and a half, mile 13 though, that I just put it down and just wanted to finish the run. But it's been a good 2 years since I put that kind of mileage in. So, and the fact that I've only been getting 3 days a week in, it's nice. It's really nice to see the work that you've been putting in paying off. Because I didn't just wake up and run 15 miles. It wasn't all that long ago that my long run was 1 hour to 1.5 hours. You know, it's honestly, it's tough to say if the last couple miles were even potsy or just regular cardiac creep. I mean, it got hotter. It was supposed to rain, but it didn't. I was running out of water. I'd been running for 2.5 hours. So it is tough to say if POTS had much of an influence on this run. So I'm just gonna say that it didn't. The thing that sucks is, man, my legs are tired. And I got to ride like 70 miles tomorrow. To prepare this morning, I had some oatmeal. I also had 2 scoops of Tailwind in my water bottle. And then I was having a honey stinger gel just about every mile. About midway through, I was doing it every other mile. And when I finished the run, I finished it right around like 110. So that strategy seemed to work, or more like that my body was cooperating with the strategy that I typically employ. The downside is I pretty much went through another box of honey stingers again, or at least I will by this time tomorrow. And that shit is starting to add up. So nutrition sponsor, honey stinger, BPN, Tailwind, one of you, come at me, let's go. My ankle held up, but it is jacked up. I am just one bad step away from doing something really stupid. So it's a good thing I still have 2 more months of training ahead of me. Well, I'm excited to get that kind of mileage back up again on my feet. The progress this week came out of the pool. I did start the week out tired. So it was 1,100 yards of drills. I cut it short, honestly, just because I was lazy. So hopefully that one doesn't come back to bite me. Then on Wednesday, I did 2,500 yards, some drills, several sets of 500 yards. Then on Friday, I did 500 yards of drills, followed by 3,000 yards of continuous, which is 1.7 miles. All told, it's 1.99 miles of swimming, over an hour of just continuous swimming with about 1 hour and 20 minutes, I think. Not checking my blood sugar, not taking any glucose, So what was once the scariest thing to me is probably one of my favorite things to train. Um, it has zero impact with POTS. I do, of course, I need to make sure I'm going into the water with a very high blood sugar and one that's actually continuing to go up. So I don't know any other way around that besides just trying to make it go really high and then continue to get more efficient in the pool, because as I do that, I'll burn less of the blood sugar that I do have. But that was a huge milestone for me. I mean, the swim is what kept me out of triathlon for so long. Why I was never interested in doing it was the swim, and now it's probably become my favorite part to train. And again, there's no negative POTS impact to it, and it's recovery work. So tomorrow I might go get some open water time. I'll probably just get some more drills in the pool though. I did get some strength training in this week, only on Thursday because I had to spend like 5.5 hours in the car on Tuesday. It kind of ate up my time after the talk. But on Thursday, I got some good work in, really focusing on the hip flexors this week, things that I've been neglecting for way too long. And there is absolutely a lesson in here, because usually the thing that you need to do the most is the thing that you are avoiding the most. So rip the Band-Aid off, make the hard thing easy, let's go. I don't expect any immediate changes or anything like that. If anything, I'm probably just developing some injury prevention, which is fine because I am Humpty Dumpty. You know, I think one of the most important things I do each week are these recovery walks with Wolfie. Not only does he enjoy it, but I enjoy it too. It's like a reward for me at the end of a long workout, at the end of a hard week. It's also good for recovery. All right, now a bit of a health checkup. There are 62 days left till Ironman Jacksonville. We are in week 11. I started training on January 1st. I was 189. I am down to about 178, 179 right now, which is a healthy weight for me. And I could probably even stand to lose just a couple more. My A1C was 7.3. It is now 7.1. The 90-day blood sugar average that I had at the time was 163. It is 159. And over that 90-day period, I have been in range 3% more than I was. I'm also taking considerably less insulin. When I started this, I was taking 1 unit of insulin for about every 15 grams of carbohydrates. I'm now taking 1 unit of insulin for 30.5 grams of carbohydrates, and probably still too much. I think while I was ramping up, it was actually harder to manage my blood sugars, but now that I'm pretty much just doing all endurance all the time, I think it'll actually get even easier to manage. The hard part, I think, is just going to be keeping up with fuel. And as I mentioned, keeping up with fuel, because I am burning through it between all the salt, all the electrolytes. Keep in mind that with POTS, I'm taking 10,000 milligrams of sodium per day. And I'm trying to keep that up as well. And then all the glucose while I'm running, I take primarily honey stingers or tailwind or both. And these things are definitely, I might as well just have them shipped over here every single day. I can see that over the next 45 days in particular, it's going to get really challenging, and not just physically, but mentally, because I'm tired. I'm tired. This is any one of these disciplines, training for a marathon when you're up around this time, it's hard. It takes a couple days to kind of recover, and then you're just going through the cycle. So doing all these disciplines and having to find this additional time, it's definitely not easy. It started out really fun, started out really exciting, and it still is, but it's getting hard now. And that's good. The heart is what I signed up for. So now is where changes will happen. Now is where I'm going to need to find new ways to be disciplined. I'm going to find just new ways I'll probably have to look for other things to sacrifice. And that's okay, because it's about priorities. It's not about balance. It's about priorities. And I made this one. So 62 days to Ironman Jacksonville. Let's go. Live inspired.